Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the next one. And the next one is called Marry My Dead Body. I did not read that wrong. Marry My Dead Body. There is a culture, let's not say culture. There is a part of the Chinese culture where, let me elaborate, and for foreigners, you probably will think this is wild, but this is the reality. A part of the Chinese culture is that if you pass away single, your family will marry your body, to someone who's alive. I guess, and I'm not laughing at it. It's quite bizarre. I'm not making fun of it at all. I just think it's very bizarre that if you pass away, and I don't knock, and when I say knock for the, potential RBZ English students, when I don't knock it, means I'm not against it. I don't think it's weird. I think it's interesting that if you passed away single, your family would try to marry your dead body with someone who's still alive. Think about that. And I'm just going to let that thought run in your head. That is absolutely wild. But culture is culture, and Teacher Ray does not knock culture. Now, I'm going to read the description, and we're going to jump into this. Ming-Han, a straight policeman who is homophobic and ghost-phobic, accidentally picks up a red wedding envelope while collecting evidence. He finds himself betrothed to the envelope's owner, Mao Pang-Yu, a gay man who died under mysterious circumstances. The duo must work through their differences and join forces to solve the case, seeking justice for Mao. I watched it. It was interesting. It wasn't one of the best movies I've seen, but I got through it. I just, that type of concept, still kind of, I can't say it's weird, right? I can't say it's weird. It's different. It's different. Marrying a dead body. If I just repeat that 3 times, marry a dead body, marry a body that's dead, marry someone who's no longer on earth. It just sounds interesting in several ways. So, you know what we do, lights, camera, whatever. We're going to jump into the whatever. Question 1. What to do if you are straight and gay guys keep looking at you in the gym? They do. I have no problems with gay people, lesbians, or transsexuals. I have problems with people staring at me. Now, sometimes if you're African, I'm an African American from the U.S., and sometimes people look at me out of curiosity. And there's a word in English, it's called ignorance. Now, let me elaborate on this. Ignorance means you have no knowledge. You don't know that what you're doing is wrong, which is wrong because you don't know that you're doing something wrong. That is wrong. And the other one is you really don't know. Let me elaborate on that. It has 2 meanings. Ignorance in Chinese is called 无知. That means you don't know. You have no concept, which is really bad, right? Or you intentionally don't know. But there's a lot of Taiwanese who look at me out of curiosity, probably connecting some dots, wondering if I'm playing basketball, which I don't. I love baseball. I said it a million times. Or they've seen me somewhere on TV or some music video. That's a previous life. And there's a curiosity, right? But when you see something or someone staring at you, right, as if they want to eat you or bite you, that's a whole different story, right? I have no problem. I have plenty of students who are gay, and they're great people. I have plenty of lesbian students, and they're wonderful. I really like lesbian. They're really cool people. And, so for me, I have nothing against LGBTQ, but I have everything against someone staring at you, right? Like, what are you looking at? I mean, if I'm handsome, okay, but still, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to be stared at. I think anybody will be uncomfortable being stared at. So what to do if you're straight and gay guys keep looking at you in the gym? Congratulations, you are handsome. But please, try to be patient and try not to think too much about it. Maybe they really, really like you, or maybe they haven't had any action in a while, or maybe you look like one of their exes. Whatever the case may be, if you're a gay guy listening to this, it's not polite to stare. And it's not polite for straight guys to stare at women, or anybody to stare at anybody. You shouldn't be staring, right? Quick look, enjoy, turn your head. That's all. You don't need to stare. Number 2, if you are a police officer, what would you eat during a stakeout? Guys, I know, you know my answer. You know my answer. It's going to be yen suji, the salty chicken. And for the foreigners who are listening to this for the first time, salty chicken is not only salty chicken. It's local delicacies that they fry or cook how you want, and they make it really, really good. So if you have a chance to eat it, I pray you do. Please do. Please try. But if I was a police officer, that would be I would literally bother my partner or who I don't know how to call a police officer partner. I would bother my other police officer who's with me and say, hey, I don't care who's getting murdered. Forget about that crime. Let's go buy some yansuji. So if I was a police officer, I would definitely be eating that. Also, question 3, would you marry let's jump into it, guys. Would you marry a dead body? Honestly, guys, listen to this question. Would you marry a dead body? Now, I would, in some sense or way, be honored that you chose me for your family. But I'm going to be honest, guy, I'd be freaked out. I would be freaked out to marry something that's not here anymore. Now, if it was a family that I've been friends with this female who passed away, for years, maybe we grew up together, that's different. But randomly meeting someone and say, hey, can you please marry my daughter who's not alive anymore? Guys, let's kind of be a little bit realistic here. That sounds kind of wild, right? As I'm watching this movie, I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, right? He's about to marry a dead body, right? That's crazy. Question 3, would you marry a dead body? Like, honestly, guys, don't look around, don't Google it. Just answer the question and type your comments, right? I want to know your comments. Question 4, when is it time to tell the grandparents, please stop pressuring me? Well, my grandparents passed away when I was younger. I love them to death. I think about them all the time. But if they were alive and they were here, they would see how handsome I am today. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I would say, hey, step off. It's a different generation. I like what I like. I like Asian women. I like Latino women. I like black women. I like all, if it doesn't matter the nationality or ethnicity, right? I like smart, beautiful, independent. I don't care what you look like. And if I marry someone who's not African American or would like to do it, you better back off, because there's nothing worse than getting silence from one of your grandkids because you can't accept something. There's some families, the grandfather or the grandma's, the god or the queen. I understand that. But I think in American culture, I think it's a little bit more freedom and kind of go whichever way you want to go. So it just kind of depends on you. So that's something that you have to look into, because for me, I would want to be with someone who I would like to be with without interference, right? So I think for me, it's really, I would have to say, just back off in the beginning. Say, hey, be careful. You're crossing the line. Don't lose distance with me because I'm trying to be myself, right? So sometimes I'm not telling you to say that to your grandparents in Taiwan or wherever you are. That's just me. I need some space. Question 5. If a sign keeps chasing you, would you accept fate or keep running? Guys, it depends on the sign. I'm going to be honest. If it's a crazy sign, I'm just going to keep running. I don't want that. I don't want that fate. I'm going to run. I'm going to Usain Bolt that thing out. We're not making jokes, guys. We're not. I just made one. Yeah, I did. Whatever. I take it back. I don't really take it back. That was funny. I know you're laughing. Thank you. But think about it. If something keeps chasing you, a sign continuously is chasing you and saying, hey, I'm coming after you. It doesn't matter. I'm coming after you. Would you accept it or would you keep running, right? Now, I don't spoil the shows, and I won't. I'm really good at that. I really hate people who spoil things for me. So please, I'm going to do my best not to spoil. So, but I do like to ask certain questions that do kind of touch a little bit, kind of braise the surface. So if a sign keeps chasing you, would you accept fate or keep running? My answer, teacher race answer, on lights, camera, whatever, is I would keep running. Question 6. If you passed away single, what type of person would you want to marry your dead body? I know this is like a crazy, yeah, I know probably some foreigners like, man, what in the world is he talking about? So it's marrying a dead body. But say, for instance, you were the one who passed away. Like you were the one who passed away. So who would you want? This, guys, we have to have imagination. Grow up. We got to have imagination. Who would you want marrying your dead body? Now, my interest in women and my friends are different. And the people who are close to me, they know that. I love mature women. So that means they will be older than me. And I don't care that they're older than me. I don't care. As long as you are smart, you have your own head, you are independent, you have your own dreams, you're not a cheater, right? You live in your life. Because I got 3 kids. I'm divorced with 3 kids. I'm not about to break the bank on anyone. Now, I will treat you very well. I will take you out. We will go on vacations. But giving you all my money, just pass me, because it's not going to happen. I got 3 boys I got to take care of. So if someone has their own money, their own, life, their own career, and we just come together for love and to be, support each other and to be there for each other, then that's what I want. I want mature. I don't want kids. But if there's a woman, my age, I'm not going to tell you my age, who's mature, then that's great. Nothing to worry about. I don't need to deal with another child. I have 3 kids. I don't want to date a child, right? I have 3 kids of my own. So for me, I prefer to have someone who's mature. But to marry my dead body, I hope that you're smart. I hope you like to work out, because I like to work out. I'm in the gym 6 a.m. every morning when it's not raining, and the Asian Seattle type A's rain is insane sometimes. It's like really drive me crazy sometimes. But when it's not raining here like crazy, I'm in the gym every morning 6 a.m. if the gym is open. And if the gym is not open, I'll go swim. But the point is that I would like someone to kind of be on my same page. You don't have to go to the gym with me, but we both can be morning workout people. I really, would think that would be something we could share. When we, finish, look at our Garmin watch. That's not product placement. I just love Garmin. Because guys, let me talk about that. People say, why you get Garmin? The battery lasts like 4 or 5 days. Let's be realistic. And it has a MRT card. I bike and take bus and train all the time. So it's just part of my life. I am not promoting. Trust me. I'm not that type of person. So for me, I would have to say someone who's into sports, into working out, someone who likes to read, and I know it's weird because I'm not physically here and this person is marrying my body, but guys, let's grow up. Let's have some imagination. Question 7. Do you think spirits are around us? I do. And sometimes I think might be laying on my bed or something, or in the shower, Sometimes you feel like a little breeze sometimes. And, you're asking yourself, you say, hey, the window is closed. So where did, there's no air draft coming. Like, how can the air come through? If my door is closed, my balcony is closed, my shower door is closed, and the door in the shower is closed, where does the wind come from, right? So sometimes I feel strange sometimes when sometimes I feel like someone has touched me or someone has whispered. Now, I do hear my granddad's voice often, and I think that's just because I miss him, right? I miss him a lot. I hear him telling me, like, get off your ass, man, move, like, stop being lazy. Come on, get up, do something. But sometimes I do really hear his voice and it sounds like he's really close. But sometimes it's just, my imagination, looking to him or looking to what he was as an inspiration. I mean, that's, everybody does that. They have someone in their life that was a key part of their life and, they motivated them. So I do hear my granddad's voice. I don't really hear my grandma's voice that much. But I do hear my dad's voice very, very often. more than I would like to, actually. Sometimes it's kind of weird. But it's some spiritual connection I have with my grandfather. I love him. I miss him so much. But as far as spirits, I do think that they are around us in some aspect or some way. I just don't know exactly where they are or what they look like or what they sound like. I hope they have some nice, perfume or cologne on. But I hope that if they are around me, I bring good vibes. I mean, I'm a very nice person. I don't, I'm not walking around hating people or, walking in. Most of the negativity I have is toward myself. It's just self-doubt. But I'm not really jealous of anybody in my life. I'm not really, trying to be anybody. Of course not Jeff Bezos, right? Who wants to be Jeff Bezos? Who wants to be his ex-wife? But, I'm not really envying. So I think that I have positive energy. I do have ups and downs in my life, ebbs and flows, but I'm not dragging something around with me that would probably cause the spirits to be like, oh my God, this guy is, killing, we're dead, but he's killing us, right? So yeah, that would be something that I hope that if they were around me, that they are not here to threaten me, they're here just to hang around and be around Teacher Ray, right? Maybe they're in the studio sometimes, Maybe they're giving me a back massage that I didn't know that I was getting. You never know. But whatever, So that's interesting. Are they around us? And I think about this all the time. I think about sometimes I walk down certain streets and I'm walking into, certain places and I'm thinking, how many people have walked this same path? I'm a crazy guy. I think deeper, further, and more profound than most normal people. And sometimes it's about random, very, very random things, right? I try not to think who lived in this apartment or, who lived in this, who studied in this classroom or who sat in the same chair in a bench. I try not. But as far as places where a lot of people, a high traffic flow of people, I do think about how many, when there was no roads, maybe it was dirt, what type of powerful people used to, roam these lands or control this region, thousands of years ago. I do think about that. And I just think, is there spirits still here? I do think about that. I do think that spirits are around us. So, it's quite interesting, right? Were they here? Are they still here? Question 8, what would you do if your family married your dead body to someone you don't like? I'm going to drop some, guys. I'm going to be knocking stuff over in the house. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be knocking stuff over that shouldn't even be knocked over. It might be a book that's laying on its side. I'm going to knock it over. They're going to be like, how in the world did a book laying on its back fall over? That's exactly. I'm going to go for the most weirdest thing that you think would. I'm going to throw some baby oil on the floor, and you're going to be like, wait. I'm falling a little bit too much. Or my dinner is not cooked. Why is it burning? And I just turned. I'm going to throw all type of hints at my family if they marry me to some crazy girl or some money hungry. I super hate money hungry girls, gold diggers. And, I hate girls who want to be controlling. And, remember, guys, we don't own anybody. So for me, I feel if that my family married me to someone that I didn't like, I would drop a lot of hints and try to. You remember the movie Interstellar? How the McConaughey, which is one of my top 3 actors, by the way, yes, and how he was kind of pushing the books, and then the daughter, what was her name, Murphy, she saw it, right? Something was happening. She got the message, right? I would do that. I would be knocking stuff down, but I would be knocking it on their head. I'd knock down one of the plants or something. Not the whole plant, but maybe a couple leaves, something like that. But, not too dramatic. But just to let them know I'm not happy. But definitely, please, don't do that. Don't do that. Respect the Now, if someone in your family has passed away, we all have. I'm sorry, and I pray that they're resting well. But for the conversation that we're having right now, please honor that person, right? Don't marry them to some nutcase who's wild or who's crazy. Respect them. Please respect them. Don't do that. It's unfair that they're not here to make that choice anymore. And they are that spirit that will be kind of walking around. and around the house. Guys, I don't even know how it works. I should ask someone about that. Like like, do you have to stay in the house of that family, or do you just kind of live your life? Or how does it work? Like, do you move in with that person that passed away? Like, that's the questions I'm asking myself. Like, what does that mean, right? I'm marrying a dead body. And like, do I need to sleep next to their picture? These are a lot of questions I'm asking myself, like, as I'm watching this movie, because this is really bizarre. The concept of marrying someone who is not here. And of course, it's an honor, right? To honor a family's wishes. That means that you're a great person if they're asking you to marry their relative who passed away. Please take that to the highest regard, right? That's very, very serious. They're asking you to marry someone in their family. That's respect. It may be highly, extremely, severely uncomfortable, but that's respect. So if you get asked, I can't tell you the answer. You got to follow your heart. That's all you can do, right? That's all you can do. Seriously. Last question for today. If your phone was to be unlocked, what would you not want to be discovered? Oh my God. Don't swipe left. It's so weird. They always say that. Don't swipe left. For me, I don't have any, I'm not that type of person who watches porn and who downloads girls. It would just be my bank account, right? My savings, my things for my kids, my investments. That stuff is private. Like guys, I'm not just saying this because I'm on the Lights Camera Whatever podcast right now. I don't have anything weird and creepy in my phone, like girls in bikinis and stuff. If I had a previous girlfriend who had pictures, they're probably not there. I don't keep exes' pictures in my phone at all. I move on. My life moves on. So there's no reason to keep that picture. So for me, what would I not want to be discovered? It would be my bank account, right? I don't want you unlocking my bank account and getting access to my money that's supposed to be, inherited to my kids. Like that's their future. So don't touch that. Other than that, not much, guys, not much. I usually print screen sometimes Chinese to, I have a lot of print screens I have a lot of useless print screens on my phone. I have to get rid of them. Sometimes I print screen Chinese because, the Apple iPhone, you can kind of highlight the text and all that. But anyway, for me, not too much. But for you, I want to know. That is the part 1 of the movie, Marry My Dead Body. It is on Netflix, and it does have English subtitles. So go check it out. I am very grateful for you listening to Lights, Camera, Whatever. Truly, I am. I'm so thankful. So please jump into part 2 for Marry My Dead Body. See you in the next time. Teacher Ray is out.